Hello everyone and welcome to another match of Roulette Rivals 17. This time it's the only Sunday match, the only match from day number 3, but also probably the most important and most significant one between two insanely good players. Graory, who has finished, not in his rookie tournament, but in his first Roulette Rivals World Championship, winning his own group, finished, I think, in the quarterfinals. No, in the round of 16, sorry. But still a very solid top 10 player. And speaking of solid players, his opponent is Dein Nomos, the two-time grand finalist, the RR12 and RR16, runners-up, hoping to make it one step further, of course, in this tournament. And for this very, very hype round 1 match, I should have the great Glebak with me. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Just gonna adjust your volume and hopefully it's gonna end up fine. Added a bit more sound, but we will work it out in the next 1.5 minutes. So what are your expectations of this very, very close match?
Well, I mean, yeah, as you said, this is going to be a very, very close match, but I still probably gonna bet my horse on Dane because I think that Dane is a little bit better as a player. But we'll see because anything can happen, and Grower can easily like sweep Dane just in case. So yeah, it might be, it might be a tricky one to bet on this match actually.
It's like, I think Dane is a person who likes to talk a lot about his form, and especially he's a very humble person. He always plays himself down. He doesn't feel as comfortable during this tournament as maybe last time around. He even says some things like he's washed or rusty, and I imagine he didn't play a lot lately, maybe since his R16 campaign. But on the other hand, Gregory is one of, I think, the few players who grinded the most. I think of course with Mu and the trilogy runs, and I think Utility and Chenery, indeed, a couple of players have played hundreds of spins between tournaments, so I think Gregory will be very interesting to watch. Probably the sharpest of these players in the tournament, so two different mentalities and style, but both very worthy opponents here.
Yeah, exactly. And well, all right, spin will arrive, and I will finish my thoughts after that.
Sounds good.
So you go ahead.
All right, I'll start with the first spin here. It is in Dubai. Gregor speak. We'll talk about that as well, of course. We have Carl Ingram, Ornate Scimitar as Ingram's bodyguard, and Marcus Stuyvesant drowning in the suit.
It's actually not a bad spin. It's not a bad spin, actually.
I'm gonna be really interested to see how it goes, though, because you have to do a lot of things so that Carl doesn't run away and Marcus stays in position, especially like an early seeker shot to put Marcus towards the downstairs bathrooms, and I think you have to do the full Carl ISO in the first minute. Maybe the disguise is here, disguise is there, but the kill item less so.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I just wanted to finish my thought about Dane because I noticed that Dane is the player that playing very safely and actually did not have any mistakes in his playing. So this is why I picked Dane over Growery in this match.
That's a very fair thing to do. Of course, I think more than anyone, he is known to be someone who rips very little, and I'm curious to see if this, I think, more challenging than average first wide spin of his tournament will prove to be a first try or not.
Yeah. Okay, seems like both players got a double sticker on Carl and Emery gas grenade on Marcus for the sake of this spin.
It's gonna be a bit of a detour for Dane, but I can understand that he will now focus on Carl, and interesting that Gregory will not do the same, but as for Dane, he will now pick this agency pickup, which will of course have the scimitar. This guy is next to Carl. This could be the kill before 2 minutes, but still gonna be just a bit of a rush to get to Marcus in time.
Yeah, exactly. And as a see, Grower got the Marcus actually. And now he will need to make it to Carl.
And it will all depend on how many of those seeker shots hit, because Mu isn't confident, and to be honest, I didn't see. How many of those darts hit? Nice gun flash for Dane. We'll have to do one chunk and maybe a second one as well.
No, seems like one should be enough for Dane. And he's going for the kill. There you go.
This card doesn't tend to move a lot, but that's...
No! Red guns.
Oh, it's gonna be red guns because of the Ingram bodyguard seeing the one chanked body. He moved closer to him and saw the KO'd body, the dirty one. So that's gonna be Dane's and anyone's first rip so far. Graory with a 2-minute lead. But where is Carl for Graory?
Yeah. Well, just a few moments ago, I talking about that Dane is never rips, and there you go. Such a rip, actually. But it's not Dane's fault. Well, I mean, it's kind of his fault, but not.
It's gonna be close.
You know. Yeah, it's.
I think if that happens like a couple frames earlier or later, then he will get hunted by Carl or compromised by Carl. Oh, we need to get one more KO down there, but that's red guns. I don't understand for Graory why he didn't start with the guards and ended up on Carl. Of course, that was an unfortunate head turn, but still.
Yeah, this is actually crazy for both players. That was nasty, actually. But let's see. Let's see.
Bit of a nervy start for sure, and a second restart for Dane as well. Yeah, it was just a couple frames inside the view cone of that guard. If it was a thrown KO, I guess it would have been seen, but the act of silent attack was too much.
Yeah, and once again, when I'm thinking about Dubai is not the map that you should expect a lot of rips, actually. Well, at least I think in that way.
That's correct.
But there you go.
No, that's a very fair assumption. I think the fact that it's a suit spin is the biggest change of them all, because Marcus drowning, it's just a pneumatic shot. Carl, scimitar, that's the just bring in as the agency pickup, and the disguise is a non-issue. But combining the two, like suit spins always mean that you have to watch for Carl, he will move. Damn. So those imitate darts will come in handy.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, Ripper said in the chat that Dana has already ripped more than on all of R16. Yeah, that's correct, actually.
I don't have the numbers there, but of course he is insane consistent.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to catch strays, but the first matches can cause troubles, and you have to say that Scruffy's tournament started with a timeout tie en route to a confident 7-1 win, so can happen to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. And seems like Grower got the Marcus once again, and now going for the Carl, with Dane going for Scimitar. Oh, he's got the Carl already. I forgot about this.
That's a much earlier car kill. I imagine that Ornet's Scimitar throw wasn't heard by anyone, so it's gonna be steel green. How long is Marcus puking is my question. I think it's gonna be like 15-20 more seconds. It's gonna be close for Dane, and he will still have to be chest passing.
Yeah, this is going to be hard for Dane, time-wise.
It's gonna be, and he's not close to an exit as well, while Graory is, I think, one chunk away from securing the second kill. Or maybe he has run out of chunks. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. Second throw on the camera. Oh, the guns! The guns stay green. Oh my goodness, that was so close.
That was crazy from Graory. Holy moly.
I think it's a relatively still niche knowledge that bodies in the view cone of a camera aren't counted against you for the first 2 or 3 seconds, but that was definitely more than 2 and very close to 3 seconds of being exposed. But there's the finish for Graory, and I will talk about the bug as well, but yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. But that was crazy kill from Graory. That was wow. If I was doing that, I'm already like sweated like 5 times and screamed like 11 times because that was so crazy.
That was a very scary ending, and he had the tank for most of most of his isolation, so just it's tricky. We'll have to just quickly say what's happening on this screen. We have, I guess, a new major bug for this competition, because Dubai goes offline for now 7 of us upon exiting a mission. It might be related to the one of the new achievements. We don't really know how to make sense of it. It just happens. And as a result, graory and 6 other players don't have the essay screen at the end of Dubai. But we have made the decision with the admins that if a player has Dubai, then his run will be, or the player's run will be accepted if the final frame of the run is green guns, which of course it was for graory, and no immediate threat of a body being found. So that was a correct done press and a correct win issued by Reaper 47, our admin.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That even with a small amount of players, but still have this bug. This is yeah, kinda sucks. So yeah, and yeah, once again we will head into Santa Fortuna, and gladly we have a Santa Fortuna expert and enthusiast in Big Machete. So yeah, there you go.
I don't know if we can promise Santa Fortuna to last longer than Dubai, but I think in the end it was like 7 minutes 10 seconds for graory, so chances are SF will be longer, but nice to see on big map.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say there is a lot more chances that SF will be longer than Dubai than vice versa. So yeah, I think it will be longer.
Yeah, and that's what we all hope for. I think even Machete don't really want to see a quick and straightforward spin, as I think Moore would type out one nightmare spin mention start Rico ISO Andrea 230 finish on Jorge.
Yeah, we will see. We will see about that. And by the way, before the match, I had the thought that both of these players, like it's a first match between them, so they did not met each other before this match. So this is the first for them,
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
that's correct. They run deep in these tournaments, but they haven't faced each other. I think one factor of this is Gregory not playing in R16, which is of course a Swiss tournament, and giving plenty of opportunities to face players with similar win rates, and they do have similar win rates. And I don't think they have met in Roulette League either. Just trying to think of all the community events, but it was Dane who skipped the previous Roulette Divisions event, so finally their paths crossed now.
Yeah, finally. And yeah, I want to say Graory, if you're speaking about Roulette League, he's in Divisions B, I want to say, right? With Dane might be in Division A if he will participate in one.
I think both are correct, so they won't just meet yet, but they are very well versed players both in Roulette Rivals and in other competitions as well. Lebel, take it away, the second spin.
Oh, thank you very much. And we will have Silence SMG in suit on Rick Delgado, Injected Poison as Elite Guard on Jorge, and Sniper Rifle as a Submarine Crew on Andrea Martinez.
What's interesting about this spin, and of course every spin is interesting, the Rico Silence SMG is potentially a relatively quick kill.
Yeah.
But the 2 other disguises, I think Elite Guard is easy to get, but Submarine Crew is less so, and I think this is a very loadout heavy spin. You have to bring the SMG, you have to bring the Sniper, and I don't think there's a syringe in SF either.
Yeah, so you need to bring all of the 3 kill weapons with you, so yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. And I want to say that in this spin you need to kill Andrea last, seems like.
That would make sense to me as well. Also, now that we're talking about how loadout heavy the spin is, and it takes these 3 items, Jorge is probably the most loadout heavy target. It's so rare that you want to isolate him without a pneumatic, so I guess that's your final loadout item sorted.
Yeah, seems like. And I want to say both players will have Seeker or something like that.
Loadout would
But I'm
allow
not
for it,
sure.
barely.
Alright.
This is interesting by Dane, and this is kind of his thing. Not necessarily a fan of either the soft lockdown or any bridge ISOs, not that he could have it in the loadout currently, but that was a sniper bullet distraction, and yeah, that's gonna get him nicely in this garage, while graory placing, well, it's 2 shots on the door, not left of the door, so very curious to see if the soft lockdown works for him.
Yeah, let's see. And seems like Dane have a little bit of struggle with. No. Oh yeah, he have. All right. Well, I mean red guns, but they might be from Rico, so Dane might be okay. Yeah, he's good. Okay, okay, all right.
Back to green guns.
Yeah, there you go.
But
And graory also got the kill.
yeah, and he could make the straightforward stuff happen, and as a result, he's all but caught up. Huge whoosh for Dane. This is probably the one situation where you want to either drop the gun, save for graory, not even chest passing, but the fact that they have this large illegal item just makes their life so much harder.
Yeah, that was a big wishes for both players. And yeah, hopefully, not hopefully, but gladly it was not a rip, just a little, not little, but big whoosh, right?
Just a bump on the road.
Yeah.
Both of their hidden stash is in the hostel, and I think you're correct in wanting to get the the Jorge kill second, which requires both the, I think, the emetic item and the disguise. They starts with the disguise, graory starts with the item.
And seems like graory is going for the hippie lore on Jorge, which is interesting.
And
So
sorry.
yeah, seems like he doesn't have an emetic, so that's why he's going for the hippie lore.
Yeah, immediately contradicting our must-use emetic strategy. I didn't see graory's final item, to be honest. So glad to see that.
Oh, it's faster. Oh.
I think especially with this timing, or maybe it's faster with all timings, but I think that was a breaching charge graory's final item. Just trying to see it on the pause. But with this timing, close to 3 minutes, he's at the botany lab, and it will be right now when the elite guard is speaking that he's expected. Yes, and that will bring Jorge not quite running, but with a fairly fast walking.
Yeah, and that crazy animation for Jorge. Yeah, exactly.
Graory can also secure his final disguise with the chain lure.
Yeah, exactly.
Small. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. This is actually interesting because both players going for the different approach in this skill. And I'm more curious now about graory's approach actually. Because might be a good one to do actually.
I think if it works out, it is definitely faster, but Mu doesn't like this box, and I think there is some sketch involved with this one, but graory secures the second disguise and needs to just poke Jorge if he has the opportunity. But Jorge is an enforcer. I didn't know that one. I don't think graory knew either.
Yeah. And I want to say not only about this one, but in general, enforcers not enforcing any same suit, if that makes sense. So, for example, he's right now elite guard, and Jorge enforcing him. But if he will be in another elite guard, he might not be enforced by Jorge. Is that true? Does that make sense?
If you have experienced it, then for sure. I couldn't even think of an example, but that was a huge for graory, replacing the gun there to turn Jorge around. And Jorge was running quite fast, but In the end, it worked out for him before the stairs, and now graory once more luring someone towards this box.
Yeah. Okay, Afro said to me that this is not true, so yeah, thank you for clarifying that. But yeah, that was a crazy good from graory.
Interesting that graory is not trusting the same box for the second time. I don't know what could happen with Jorge being found or not, but he ends up dragging him here anyway. This was just a little bit confusing to me. I'm not exactly sure, so if anyone has a better idea on chat why the first body was dumped but not the second one, surely there should be one more spot there.
Well, probably graory thought that it might be risky because there's a lot of guys. So I'm not sure why, but yeah, graory did not hide the body.
Yeah, I think that's fair. 5.5 minutes down and just needs to get to Andrea. It might not be what Moose suggested, but as the best case scenario is that peekaboo into the bathroom as the final kill, but still gonna be a peekaboo upstairs for the final kill that Dane is doing right now.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, once again, crazy good thinking and execution from graory in the second map in a row, because that Jorge kill was amazing, and a color kill from Dubai was a crazy good from graory. So graory is definitely in great shape right now.
Yeah, of course, little less than 2 maps to go off of, but this is the finalist Dane, who doesn't play a lot, and the person with less accomplishments but grinding a lot. Graory wants to definitely make it far in this tournament, farther than before, and he has already scored top 10s in all the tournaments he entered. Looking good for him for a 4-0, but still an ematic kill to go.
Yeah, exactly. And he seems like graory, is just few moments not ago. I forgot the word. Wow. Well, he will be done with the spin soon. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I think that's perfectly fine to say. Dane won't be far away either, I feel. This could be sketch. I'm not seeing the NPC on Dane's side. Oh, he's inside. Yeah, inside this medic area. So yeah.
So yeah. Dane might be safe here. But yeah, once again, graory is already killed Andrea, and now we'll head in for the exit. And Dane still needs to find Jorge first for the kill. So yeah.
Yeah. I think for Dane, without Hippie, the best approach would be just put the briefcase into the tall bushes somehow. But of course, Dane doesn't have a briefcase right here. It would be the quickest isolation. Without that, it would be just a long ematic strat, which will mean that graory wins. And convincingly, not even like a photo finish.
Yeah, it will not be for the finish, I would assume, because yeah, they still need time to not only medic him, but to kill him with injected poison. So yeah, that barely will be time.
Apparently there is no Santa Fortuna win without the buff stuff, and graory secures his second map win by sitting next to the exit, and the 752 first try. I think with this spin, that's gonna be hard to be beaten by almost everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, and we might have the last map, but I don't want to jinx it. But if New York would be the last map, it's kind of meh for me. I wanted some, competitive. Like if Santa Fortuna would be the last map, I would be okay with this. But New York as the last map, eh.
I want to double check, but I'm pretty sure the next map would be, and I'm checking, it would be Haven Island. So for your story, yes, indeed, we have to hope for one more map, but graory is on fire right now. It's difficult to say. I mean, I want to say that graory is favored on the shorter maps, especially seeing Dane banning Dartmoor, a map which I don't associate with graory. It's definitely a noticeable first round ban. Graory banning Miami, which I also don't peg Dane as like. Of course, Dane is good everywhere, but I wouldn't have guessed Miami as top choice for him.
Yeah. Can somebody in chat please, turn on microwave for graory so we'll have Haven Island as the next map, please?
Yeah, chances are pretty good for that. Welcome everyone and welcome veterans and new players alike. I think we've met Sino just a week ago with the long marathon of Roulette Rivals VODs. Good to see you here. The first two maps were picked by the players and everything else is random from the remainder of the map pool. 19 maps in Roulette Rivals, from Paris to Mendoza. Two noticeable exceptions is of course Carpathian Mountains, the very straightforward finale, and Hawke's Bay before Miami, which is also not enough roulette variety. So 19 maps in the pool, minus the two that have been picked and minus the two that have been banned. So the RNG has given us New York first, Haven second, and Marrakesh third. I will reveal it. If you get there, it's gonna be Marrakesh.
Not bad, actually. Also not bad. And by the way, yeah, speaking about banning Dartmoor in the tournament with Joker, I have an idea actually. If I somehow will play Joker, I will ask him for double Dartmoor, actually.
Legends, that would be. As a one-time thing, probably an interesting match, but please spare us from too many double Dartmoors.
Yeah, so go ahead. It's your time.
Potentially the final spin, graory on match point, we see Athena Savala's shotgun as a janitor. No target specification, but I don't suspect it will matter.
Yeah, exactly. And once again, about New York, exactly about the janitor disguise, my coach for rookie roulette, Kay Canetta, told me that for janitor, you need an impact explosive. So I still sticks to it. So for janitor disguise, you need impact explosive.
But you do start janitor still, right? You just bring the impact for later.
Yeah, for later for camps.
For the camps, yeah.
Yeah, and to panic the whole floor, so you can make it through.
Oh, I can see that happen. Haven't tried it personally. I'm more familiar with Dane's routing. He will just take the left-hand side with the first disc down. Same for graory. They are approaching this upper floor from two different sides. Graory will take care of the cams, but Dane with the snare strat won't need to do that, only at the end.
Yeah, I want to say Dane's route might be a little bit faster. I want to say at least he will have two data discs already. With Grow, still have one.
I think it is such fine margins that we have to remember that Dane has waited 6-7 seconds for this second disc. Graory never had to stop, but we'll of course have the detour for Matteo later. Silence shotgun for both of them, so won't be a problem. And Graory is not using a snail, he's using a blag.
This is interesting actually. Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't even matter because with Snail and with Black you will crank just only one guard, but
yeah, that's
let's see.
It's probably fine. It is fine back to green guns. Let's see for Dane, who will now unpack and also gets it down. That's 3 discs for him.
And he needs to kill the cams actually, which is not a problem because they're here.
Silence shotgun in hand. Didn't forget, neither of the players forget the CEO exit keycard. Graory still needs to take this final disc, but Dane is very close to the exit and it seems like he will be the winner. He will be the first one to finish, and it will be very interesting to see what the difference is, because it's not only a photo finish but a close one at that.
It might be like 1 or 2 seconds actually. Yeah, 2 seconds. Even like 1.7, something like that. Wow.
Yeah, rounding it to the closest second, it is 1 second, and Graory did have longer loads than Dane, so this is very tough to say. Dane was very quickly in, but also because of the loading time. I hope that he presses the enter once more, because I think Dane's in-game time is just a couple seconds longer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is actually a crazy close New York.
And I guess back to your original question of which side is better, and the Danes looked faster but had to wait. We weren't sure, and we weren't sure for good reason because they ended up very close in terms of RTA.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you saw that or not, but Dane's IGT was 225.
Yeah, I think that's good for graory. This is a significant in-game time difference. I think part of the difference is Dane being quicker in planning, but part of the difference is graory loading for longer, and of course the loading times will be discounted from this photo finish. If we want to take some very early guesses, I think graory will win this photo finish. Whether if it's more than 2 seconds or less than that, I'm not so confident to tell.
But yeah, as the chat says, especially after, it might be not because of a long load, because of a little bit longer pre-planning and loadout planning. So we will need to wait for our admin Reaper 57 to make a decision for this one.
Okay, couple of interesting information. The exact difference, and sorry if you said it already, it's 1.74. So we see the 1 second up there, but luckily for Dane, it's closer to 2. And
Yeah.
and I'm not sure if it, like Dane says he's done button lagged, which probably means that his done press wheel was delayed, but that's the part which you can't really decipher.
Yeah. And speaking about loading times, I forgot which player, but someone having like 1 second of a loading time. I don't know what kind of computer they playing, and I forgot what the player is. But like even on the big map like Berlin or on a map like Ambrose, which is like heavily on PC resources, right? So
Yeah.
the loading time is like 1 or 2 seconds. I'm like, what the heck? What was that?
I think Frody is famous for having one of the best, if not the best PCs, and he has ridiculously quick loading times. But I haven't seen too many photo finishes this tournament. I might have missed if it was from here.
No, it was where it was. Probably in Roulette League while casting someone's match.
I see,
And
I
I
see.
noticed that, yeah, like pretty much like 1 or 2 seconds loading time. And I thought that the person playing on the same PC that's, sending these spaceships from the the NASA spaceships or something like that, because that was so crazy.
Yeah, would definitely rather have quick loading times than poor old gen consoles. I think very few of the players are still on old gen, but Soviet I think comes to mind, and I have to check the others who are still on old gen. We have some overview for the first time. If I have on the Soviet on Xbox One, Channel on Xbox One, and who else do you think?
Big Machete on PS4.
Ah, that's correct. And
Yeah, I know my players.
oh well, that Santa Fortuna loading times for him must be tough.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Do you want
Well,
to
let's
read it
see.
out? We have the final results.
Ooh, yes. You want me to read
Yeah,
it
sure.
out? Oh, okay. So Grower has loaded for 8.3 seconds across one load, and Dane has loaded for 2.6 seconds across exactly the same one load. So upon calculation, Grower wins New York by 4 seconds. So GG's to Grower.
And that's the match. GG's to Gregory, GG's to Dane. That was a very unfortunate random matchup. I think it is by far the toughest of everyone. Won't have like a match overview, but we will have the brackets and we can talk about it
Yeah,
more
yeah, sure.
there. We have Gregory. Well, it doesn't really matter exactly which position, but he's tied with all the other players with one match and a 6-0 win. It says currently
Mm-hmm.
that he's ninth. And Dein Nomos, ooh, it's that's for you. It's more important, and not
Yeah,
talking you
exactly.
down, but you have some agenda this tournament.
Yes, exactly. So, Dane, I'm coming for you. I will take that spot from you, all right? Give me Dane Nomos in the next round.
Other than winning the tournament, finishing 47th in the Swiss stage appears to be the highest honor in this tournament. So good luck to you as well as Dane. I suspect that Dane will move up these rankings very fast and very much. His chances are not hindered by this round one loss and will end up with quite a few wins under his belt. He will be, I think, the toughest 0 point winner, 0 point player after the first round.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that was the one match for Sunday. But speaking of all these, speaking of Sunday, we will have Monday after, and just a few matches there, 10 to be exact. I see the first one will be a double header at 1500 CST, Pidezo versus Lord Monk, and Codename Kenny versus Pijero will kick off the Monday action. That is, so it's 3 p.m. CST, that is, I think, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific, but people in the chat will correct us if that's wrong, of course. And you can see 5 more matches just on the screen between 18 and 21 CST, but I think there will be matches all around the day until the very evening, and just one match on Tuesday, as far as we know.
Um, Probably not one, but two matches, I want to say, scheduled on the Tuesday, but I might be wrong actually. But I think there's two matches on Tuesday.
Oh, because I think those are the matches which are technically on Tuesday, but like very early, like 1 a.m. and 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, sure.
But still,
Yeah,
very busy action remaining, almost half of round one remaining in this last, I think, 2 days, we could say. Yeah, the round will end in 2 days, and the second job will already happen. Exciting times.
mm, yeah. This is why well, at least I will speak for myself. That way, at least I like the RR because for the days like this, where there's a lot of stuff happening and there's a lot of action and casting and a lot of this. So yeah, this is crazy actually.
Yeah.
I like being busy. So yeah.
And we like it when you can help us out with all these matches that you are casting, and just be all around helpful with. So keep it up, and of course don't overdo yourself. It is very much
Uh,
appreciated.
yeah, thank you for your kind words. Yeah, I will try not overdo myself, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
And with that, I would like to segue into the outro, because I would like to say thank you for the co-cast, Glebak, first of all.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, always a pleasure. The Reaper 47 was our admin today, so thank you to you for admining Reaper. GG's to both players, graory with the win, and commiserations to Dane, but I think many more wins will follow. I would like to say thank you everyone for watching, and I think see you all tomorrow for this onslaught of matches. So until next time, see you everyone.
Bye bye.